Well, welcome to Phrase by Phrase, where we are studying the Bible, one phrase at a time, and we are in the book of James. And today we're looking at chapter 4, verses 2 and verse 3. And so verse 2 starts off this way. It says, "You lust and do not have." Remember, lust is referring to that internal, inward focus, like everything is about me. "So you lust and do not have, so you commit murder. You are envious and cannot obtain, so you fight and quarrel." Now notice he says here that you do not have and you cannot obtain. So the idea is that as long as they seek satisfaction in this way, they will never get what they want, even when they achieve the objective that they think will get them their satisfaction. So even if they win the fight, they don't really win. And James says, though, that the inevitable conclusion of this thing is murder. You lust and do not have, so you commit murder. And, we might think, well, I don't see murder in the church. But Jesus said we can have murder in our hearts. I mean, murder in this sense is seen in destroying another person's reputation, or by tarnishing their name, or by becoming so angry with them that hatred boils up from within and we try to sabotage their lives. And James's vocabulary is very violent when he talks about what these people are doing. He uses the word lust, kill, fight, wage war. I mean, that's strong language. But this is really the heart of worldliness, and it causes war. And when worldly motives are driving a conflict, the first attempt to resolve things is to independently deal with it. So in James 4 verse 2, he says, "You do not have because you do not ask." And when someone's being driven by worldliness, it means they're not asking God. They're not taking this to God. They don't trust God to meet their needs. And so instead of humbly depending upon Him, they're taking matters into their own hands. Or it says they may attempt prayer, but it's going to be completely ineffective for them. For he says in verse 3, "You ask and do not receive because you ask with wrong motives, so that you may spend it on your pleasures." Instead of praying about the situation in order to make sure that our motives align with God's motives, these people are praying to get God to do what they want in order to get the outcome that they want. But they really aren't going to pray genuinely like that, so they're more apt to just take matters into their own hands. And when they're in this ongoing conflict and battle, and they're trying to force what they want, their own agenda, and they take matters into their own hands, they will result to murder, to relational assassination, to gossip and slander and stab people in the back and cut them down and tell rumors and try to poison people's opinions about them so that they can shift things to get what they want. And he's saying that's what's going on in the church, and that's what kills churches. That's what kills people. And so how should we pray? How should the church face these issues when dealing with competing agendas, which is going to happen in the church? People see things differently. We have different opinions, different views about how things should be done. And so when that happens, we want to ask the question, what do we do? How do we pray appropriately? That's what we'll look at next time when we study the Bible, phrase by phrase.